The Sega CD is often criticized for its crappy FMV games, half-assed Genesis ports, and is even credited for the demise of Sega's hardware business. But to me, the Sega CD will always be a highly underrated system with a library filled with hidden gems. And one of those gems is Android Assault, Revenge of the Bari-Arm. This is a horizontal shmup released in America in 1994. It's often overshadowed by Robo-Aleste, another excellent shooter on the Sega CD. Generally speaking, Android Assault is a fairly generic horizontal shooter. You have 4 weapons which you can switch to by picking up color-coded weapon modules. The orange module is the Thundercracker, which is a flame-like shot. The red weapon module is a chase cannon. This fires off homing missiles. The Burning Wave, green module, is a laser. The final weapon is the blue module, the satellite bomb, which is generally useless. Each weapon can be upgraded a few times by collecting power-ups of the same colored weapon module, with the final level transforming you into a cyborg. Until you transform into cyborg form, you will die in one hit. But if you get hit in the cyborg form, you simply transform back into your original configuration. You also lose a weapon level when you die, but at least Android Assault doesn't bring you back to square zero. Another nice thing about Android Assault is your speed is always selectable. Pressing the A button on the Genesis controller will cycle through 4 different speeds, which is indicated in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Generally speaking, I set it at 3 and never touch it again. The main gimmick in Android Assault is the weapon charging. If you stop shooting, a bar at the top will begin to charge. If you leave it long enough, it will charge 3 times over, resulting in an awesome shot, depending on which weapon you have selected. This is my favorite part of Android Assault. Now, I purchased Android Assault at the Midwest Gaming Classic last month, but sadly, my disc had some damage. The game works fine, but freezes up on the continue screen. And because I paid cash at a game show, I can't exactly get a refund. This means that for the past month, every time I've used up a credit, that was it. I had to start over, no continues. This gave me plenty of opportunities to experiment with different weapons during each level, and boss fights, and quite frankly, I really dig Android Assault.
Thundercracker.
The graphics in Android Assault are pretty good. I'm not positive that it takes advantage of the extra horsepower the Sega CD provides, but it does seem to throw around a lot of sprites, features plenty of parallax scrolling, and plenty of animation with almost no slowdown. It also takes advantage of the Sega CD's enhanced sound capabilities with full Redbook audio soundtrack and excellent sound effects, though the voice samples still sound like crap. The soundtrack deserves a special mention, with a rock-inspired soundtrack that reminds me of the Sega arcade titles of the late 90s. It's well composed and the quality is excellent, and fits the fast pace of the genre perfectly. It really adds a lot to Android Assault and helps set it apart from the other 16-bit shmups of the time. I've read plenty of reviews for Android Assault, and the biggest complaint always seems to be the pace of the game and the lack of difficulty. If you want a bullet hell shooter, go play Mushi on Ultra Mode. For those looking for a more traditional shmup, Android Assault is where it's at. The music and graphics are terrific, and the gameplay offers enough variety to keep you coming back for multiple playthroughs. Top that off with an interesting charging mechanic, and you have a great game. 4 out of 5.